And we're back. We're going to be talking about, man, just get the fuck in here, man.
Sorry. Sorry. Yeah. I was chasing Michael Cole around. Sorry. Yeah.
Trying to pull his head out of Mrs. Tucker's.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a tough thing. Need a pry bar. Anyway.
I should actually find room for it when, you know, this is... Anyway.
Hey.
Anyway. We're going to be talking about managers now.
Yeah, and we're not apologizing for what we're saying.
All right. Some of the best managers in wrestling.
What's up? First, Skandor Akbar.
Skandor Akbar.
Talked about, just passed away a few weeks ago.
We just mentioned him in the last one.
So Skandor Akbar, he managed
AWA.
No, WCCW. Sorry.
WCCW. He managed. Oh gosh.
He managed
Buki.
Missing Link, I think.
Missing Link.
Did he manage Kamala?
Kamala.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, he was the one who brought Kamala into WCCW.
Yep.
And that's back when Kamala was like, you know,
skinnier. And probably could talk.
Relatively speaking.
And could talk English.
Yeah. And then you also had, oh gosh, I think King Kong Bundy too?
I think so, you're right.
Yeah, Bundy.
Bundy.
And a young Bundy too.
Yep.
And
still bald.
Still bald. In fact, he actually, Bundy spent time in, a little bit of trivia for you, real quick. He spent a little bit of time and was the AWA heavyweight champion for a while.
Really?
Yes.
Did you mention on the DVD?
No, I'm sorry. I'm wrong.
Was it WCCW?
It was WCCW.
Okay.
You know, back when he had hair, wasn't so big.
Yeah.
But I'm wrong. You know, he did it. He got it right. But anyway.
Hey, we messed up. Come on. But another great manager, a legendary, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Bobby the Brain Heenan. What can you say? I mean, Bobby the Brain Heenan is one half of probably one of the greatest teams I've ever. And not so much a tag team, but he was the manager of one of my all-time faves, Nick Bockwinkel. Okay.
Nick Bockwinkel and Ray Stevens.
Ray Stevens. He was the manager of that team. And then when Ray Stevens and Nick Bockwinkel split, he
Bockwinkel was a heavyweight champion. He was his manager. Also, he managed the Blackjacks.
Mm-hmm.
They were in AWA.
Oh gosh, I mean Blackjacks. Who else? Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect. Ric Flair.
Woo! Ric Flair.
Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson.
Yeah, the Brainbusters.
Greg Valentine.
Greg Henry Valentine.
Who else? Hercules. Dang. It's endless. Bundy. Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant.
Can't forget that.
And we got to talk about that because that moment at WrestleMania 3 was one that I think every wrestling fan will forever remember.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, WrestleMania 3 had possibly one of the greatest Intercontinental title matches of all time. Savage versus the Dragon. Fucking great match, man. But that was the night that Hogan, he was put on another level.
Oh yeah.
That match.
Him and Andre, and then Andre was slammed by Hogan. The thing was, Heenan will talk about. He'll never forget that moment being in Detroit.
But he didn't see it because he did like this.
He's like, oh my god, oh my god.
And Hogan blew a lat just doing it, but he still finished the match.
Oh yeah. So.
But another one that we want to talk about, the one about who's also managed Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, Ric Flair,
Ole, Barry.
Do you know who we're talking about?
Do you know who we're talking about?
Yeah, because we know.
We know. Do you know?
J.J. Dillon. Yeah.
Yeah, not this.
This.
Yeah, this is Fortune. What is it?
I do like Fortune. I do like it.
This is the original.
No.
J.J. Dillon, who was a wrestler.
He was a wrestler.
The thing is, most managers were wrestlers before they became managers. It's like, you know, them wrestling.
Bobby Heenan was a wrestler. He started as a manager.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The thing is, some managers think, you know, my niche is not in wrestling. My niche is managing. You know, for one example, Paul Ellering.
Paul Ellering was a
Precious Paul
Ellering, but we'll get to him in a sec. We're going to talk about J.J. Dillon.
So, when I first saw J.J. Dillon, was when Tully Blanchard came out with a new manager. He did Baby Doll.
Yeah.
Perfect 10 Baby Doll, and he was like his, you know, business manager, travel manager, a very articulate man, intelligent guy.
And there's also got to understand that when the Four Horsemen were forming. It was kind of like what happened with DX in the way that
it wasn't planned.
It wasn't planned. There was a couple of matches, and they were looking at each other going, "The back, man, you know, there was something there. There's energy. We need to kind of work on this. We keep tagging together, see what happens. And then came the infamous moment, the infamous interview where Arn Anderson said, "Never in the history of
professional
wrestling have so few done so much damage."
Yeah.
They went like this.
Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. That was it.
Yeah.
They got made that night. It was Arn Anderson who did that.
Yep. So, and JJ, to his credit, went through so many, incarnations of the Four Horsemen. And
some good.
Some good, some... Well, he wasn't... I don't think JJ was there.
Yeah, but I'm just saying as a whole, Paul Roman.
Paul Roman!
God.
Yeah.
I mean, he was there for Lex. He was there for...
Wyndham.
Wyndham, probably one of the best.
I think
two versions. The original and the one with Barry. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
So... he wasn't there for Benoit Malenko and...
Well, because he was doing his executive role.
Yeah. But that was a great team, too. But in those first two, man, there wasn't a weak link.
No.
There wasn't a weak link at all with Barry or the original.
Yeah, with Ole.
Ole.
But another great manager who will stick to NWA, Jim Cornette.
Jimmy Cornette, man.
Louisville Lip.
Well, Jimmy Cornette.
The best spewer, you might say. He can spew out a line, no matter what how he says it or what you think it means. It's funny as hell.
Very, very much a Southern man. He's from the South, and he's
from Kentucky.
Kentucky, yeah. And
he owns Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
Owns Smoky Mountain. Smoky Mountain Wrestling was a promotion that gave Chris Jericho and Lance Storm a head start.
Yeah.
Here in America.
There you go.
Now, what can you say about Cornette that hasn't really ever been said before? Great mind, great voice, intelligent, so quick. I mean, he was quick-witted. He knew what to say,
Great handle of a tennis racket, too.
Yeah. And they put your brains in a box, rattle around like a BB in a boxcar. Love that. So that's the kind of thing he would come up with.
Yeah.
And
just off-the-wall sayings, what he was.
Yeah, and the rivalry between the Midnight Express and the Rock and Roll Express has got to go down as one of the greatest ever.
Yeah.
Tag team rivalries.
So, how about another one? Mr. Fuji.
Mr. Fuji.
Yeah. Great manager. Couldn't understand a bit of word of English, but
very sharp.
Devious. And Demolition. Powers of Pain. The Orient Express.
Don Morocco.
And he was a tag team champion, 5-time tag team champion with Tanaka.
Mr. Saito.
Mr. Saito Tanaka.
Oh. And he was Mr. Fuji, Harry Fujiwara.
Yeah.
Was a wrestler before he became a manager, one of the greatest managers, and he was very, very devious, and he was very sharp. He knew how to manipulate things.
Oh yeah. But the backstory of his was, I didn't know this until he was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But he was a practical joker. He loved to play jokes.
Owen Hart.
Yeah, another one.
Let's
see, who else can we talk? Talk great managers. Miss Elizabeth. I couldn't believe when she was gone.
That hurt. Like, no. That still to this day it hurts.
It
hurts because she was a woman who carried herself as a lady. She, ooh yeah.
That's when she debuted, because Macho Man was looking for a new manager. Brought out somebody nobody would have thought would be his manager. Well, behold, Miss Elizabeth comes out, stunning.
Beautiful woman. And that was not a work. That was a shoot when they got married. That was straight shoot.
Yeah.
They were a couple.
Wasn't. I mean, they got good ratings, but it wasn't just for that.
It wasn't a work. That was very much a shoot.
Yeah.
Unlike what happened between Stephanie and
Triple H.
Well,
then
that was a work, but
but now eventually Triple H and Stephanie are now happily married with 3 children now. Congratulations.
Very much so.
Woo.
But Miss Elizabeth, Stephanie McMahon has said that she based everything she did
on Elizabeth.
Yeah, on Elizabeth. She used Elizabeth as a template for who she would become as a character.
Yeah.
And granted, she became a real. But the thing is, Stephanie McMahon respected.
Oh yeah.
Her, as well as another great women's manager, Sherry Martel.
Sensational Sherry, former AWA and WWE Women's Champion.
When it was WWF. At that point
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer. And inspired so many women. If you go back and watch Sherry's induction into the Hall of Fame, you can see all those divas.
Yeah, Melina was Victoria, Candace at that time. Jillian.
Victoria, you can see her. She's just on there, just absorbing everything.
And taking pictures too.
Yeah, I mean that's how much that she meant to those women because, you know, without her,
Mickey James and Trish Stratus too.
Yeah, because they were absorbing it, learning.
A pioneeress.
Manageress. I think that's what she's when she was the manager for
Shawn Michaels,
Playboy Buddy Rose.
Oh yeah,
and
she could scream.
And the thing is also that was a hell of a series that Playboy Buddy Rose and Doug Summers and the Midnight Rockers had.
Damn.
Wow. Great matches.
Pop in a Shawn Michaels DVD, you'll find out.
You know, and then the ones that the rivalry that the Rockers, you know, had. Well, not really. I mean, I think the Hart Foundation, yeah, but
it wasn't really a rivalry.
But they had a couple of great matches.
Yeah,
but
one that got
the Rockers in WWF. Wow, fucking great tag team.
So, another one, Slick, Dr. Stizow.
Yeah,
he, God knows how many he had. Back in the early, like late '80s, early '80s, or late '80s, early '90s, was stables of wrestlers. Like Slick had him, Fuji had him, Bobby Heenan had him.
Heenan family.
Yeah, the Heenan family, Fuji, you know what you call him, Slick, you know. But basically, you know, Slick was a great talker, and
always looked sharp, man.
Yes, well, Dr. Stizow, as he says.
It was just he always dressed, you know,
the part,
and very much, you know, I don't know how to say it.
Explain it.
Yeah. You can't really touch on. You can't put a name on him because
you don't see managers a lot these days now. You know, basically you always see like valets.
Melina,
Natalia, was a valet.
Sean Daivari.
Yeah.
Or just Daivari, or
yeah.
weren't really that many.
Not really.
Michelle McCool was for about a hot minute. So.
Okay. How dare you?
No, but she did.
Yeah, with Lodi, Idol Stevens and who was it?
Aaron Idol Stevens and
Aaron Stevens and wait, shit, who cares?
I can't remember, but
so what? Sorry. So another manager.
Aaron Stevens is a great wrestler, by the way.
Oh yeah,
great wrestler.
Another great manager, Paul Ellering. We'll talk about him.
Paul Ellering.
Road Warriors.
Ooh, what a rush! You know.
God bless Hawk.
Yeah, God bless you, Hawk. We miss you every day, buddy.
I know. Paul Ellering said he was a wrestler. Precious Paul Ellering
had a knee injury, but he said he had seen before he even became a wrestler that his niche was going to be
a manager.
As a manager.
And boy,
wow, what a manager he became.
And he's a legitimate genius.
Legitimately.
Member of Mensa.
Yeah.
I think that's a genius club, man.
It is. I mean, you got to be like the top of the top.
He cares about. The thing is, what most managers would, you know, other wrestlers would read like magazines and Penthouse, whatever. He was reading the Wall Street Journal, New York Times, you know, going over stocks and trades. He also was the glue that held Hawk and Animal together.
He was the one who handled their travel, their bookings, everything like that.
Yeah.
Hotels, the cars. You didn't really want to mess with Hawk or Animal when they were tired, hungover,
and missed the car rental.
And missed the car rental. Yeah, you didn't want to do that. And I'm sure nobody wanted to deal with that.
Would you?
Hell no.
No, thank you.
Now, another one that we got to mention, two more we have to mention.
Yeah.
And I want to mention them before we lose time. Sunny. Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
She was the first. Diva of that style.
Yeah.
You know, in the WWE.
And branched out into.
I mean, and also she managed. I know another one. Actually, she managed several tag team champions, but no one.
Three of them.
No one managed more tag team champions.
Jimmy Hart.
No.
Damn it.
Captain Lou Albano. Okay, Jimmy Hart, and Captain Lou Albano.
Jimmy Hart was close.
But, you know,
Captain Lou Albano.
Yeah, but there's also one, and now she's, you know, but back in the day, she was hot. Missy Hyatt. Back in the day, she was pretty hot, and she did manage quite a few.
Loaded Gucci bag.